exactly you sat talking to us from?
Yeah. So I'm still in Leeds, so I was meant to go back when that announcement was made, but then the flights were cancelled last minute because I think it was one of the countries closed their borders where our transit was. So I am here, still in the UK.
And are you managing to cope with the cold, Dean?
It's been good, actually. The weather's been good on the weekend and last week. It's only the past 2 days which it's been cold, but I'm nice and snug inside, so I'm all right.
And how are you genuinely coping then with this lockdown? Obviously, I know there's you and your good lady.
Yeah.
Are you managing to just cope as best you can?
Yeah.
Yeah, and limit the kind of things that you can do, etc.
Yeah, being stuck inside is a bit tough, but we've been good. I mean, there's a lot of people out there that have it a lot worse than us, but um, we've been good. The club's looked after us, so I mean, it's just a matter of weathering the storm and waiting for this to all pass. But no, we're in no means as bad as some other people out there, so it's been good.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if you've caught any of the other Q&As we've done. Obviously, Blackie last week and a few others that we've done in the run up to this. It's a straightforward Q&A session, Dean. There's no to be worried about. I'll ask you a few questions about, so the fans can get to know you a little bit better. A few quick fire questions, and then a chance for you to have a bit of a get your own back on one or two of your fellow teammates. And then obviously we'll have some questions from the fans towards the end of this. So what I want to do, Dean, is start right at the beginning. Born on the 4th of October, 1991 in Sydney, New South Wales. Obviously, growing up, were you a blue, Dean?
No, I wasn't, because I moved.
Maroon?
Yeah, maroon. Well, I moved to. I was born.
Go away.
Yeah, it's a controversial subject. I was born in Sydney, but I spent most of my childhood growing up in Queensland. So I was from a young age, I was always a Queensland supporter. So no, I don't like the Blues.
All right. So obviously born there, like you say, you're of Italian descent, Dean. You attended. Now I'm going to see if I can get this right. Keebra Park State High School, and that's where That's where you first started playing your rugby league for Narang Roosters.
Narang, yeah. So I'd had a couple of clubs before that previously, growing up, but Narang was I played there from when I was 15. That was on the Gold Coast, the mighty Roosters, Pete. Good club.
Yeah, and obviously, was there any other kind of stars of the game there, Dean, that you played alongside?
I played at Narang. Yeah, we had a pretty good team actually. Corey Norman played there. We played in the year. A few other boys that had played reps and stuff, but never went on to play professionally. Who else is playing at the moment from Narang? Blake Leary played there as well. He's gone on to play first grade. Yeah, a few. I'd have to dig back in the archives, but there's been a few guys that have gone on. Good club, Pete.
Yeah. And then you eventually were signed by West Tigers, and that allowed you to move to Sydney. And did you go to Holy Cross College, Ryde?
Yeah. So I moved down to Sydney when I was 17 with the Tigers and finished high school there at Holy Cross. So didn't spend a whole lot of time there, but was able to play footy there as well. They're a good footy school down there.
What did you study in college then? What's your kind of subject? And don't say cooking.
There wasn't a lot of studying at high school. It was mainly, honestly, some of the schools in Australia, they're just like football clubs. So you go there to play footy. I did finish, but there wasn't a lot of studying done, if I'm honest.
Right. So if we were to take you away from rugby league, then what would be the backup plan for Dean Parata?
I would be the
String of
backup.
coffee shops.
String of coffee shops. No, I've worked full time, like, as I've played footy back in Australia. So worked in sales as a territory manager. I've worked as a PT as well. But I think the goal would be, after footy, would be probably real estate. I enjoy real estate.
All right, selling a bit of land and a bit of the old houses, eh?
Getting around it.
Yeah, good stuff, mate. Good stuff. You're obviously, like I say, of Italian descent. Was there any other members of your family that had an interest in rugby league along with yourself, or is it just kind of like something you developed into?
No, it stemmed from my mum's side. So my mum grew up Western Sydney, and she had brothers. They all played footy growing up. My nan's actually a crazy South Sydney supporter, fanatical. So it was in mum. Mum even played growing up. And then as she had us, me and my older brothers, we all played footy. So they were playing before I did. I wasn't interested initially. But then when I was, 5, 6, I guess it's just what you done. Ended up liking it. So continued to play.
And when you first went to West, then as a young lad, what was that experience like for you?
It was good. It was different because Sydney's very different to Queensland. Sydney, you've got, like 6 or 7 clubs in the one city. So it's everywhere when you go down there. So, and it was exposure as well to the professional environment. You're wearing the West Tigers emblem and whatnot. There's a lot of history. So it was good. It was just, I guess, a transition from, playing at school, playing with mates, to playing, with the goal to play professionally.
Did you have any other interest in any other sports, Dean?
Not really, no. I was never really good. Well, I'm not now. I'm not really good at any other sports. It's just footy, really. I enjoy cricket, but that's just muck around.
Yeah. So it's always been first and foremost then rugby league with you.
Yeah, well, when it's all you're good at, Pete, you got to stick with what you're good at. Stick to your strengths.
Oh, no comment. That could go anywhere with that, Dean, but I'm not going to.
Well, you think you're good at it anyway.
That's it, mate. That's it. So you played for a few other Aussie clubs, as we know. You featured in 2 World Cups for Italy. Explain to us how you qualify for the Italian. Or qualify for Italian nationality, and then tell us a little bit about the experience of the World Cups as well, Dean, if you can.
Yep. So I didn't play in the last World Cup, actually. It was only the 2013 that was over here. My grandparents were Italian, so they migrated over to Australia. So that's how I qualify through them. Experience was good. Like over here, it was an eye opener because I had never been over to England. I'd never seen the footy landscape over here before in 2013. But being around as well, guys that we had in our squad was unreal. We had guys like Anthony Menicello, Anthony LaFranchi. Like we had some good players. James Tedesco was playing with us back then too. Paul Vaughan, they've all gone on to play for Australia. So just to be able to, play with those guys, especially the older ones like Menicello and that you've looked up to and watched when you were little, watch them play and play alongside them was, massive experience. How they prepare for games, how they talk on the field. So that was good. That was really, that was a takeaway. I'll keep those memories forever.
You arrive in England then in 2013 with the Italian squad.
Yeah.
And what was your first impressions? What did you think? Did you think, geez, this is cold, I want to go back home?
Yeah, it was cold. It was I was a bit shocked, actually. We were shocked because I remember we were going to try and find place to watch the games, and we were in Leeds. We stayed in Leeds at the, what is it, Ridges or Hilton? I don't know, one of them in there. And we had to travel. We were walking around for like half an hour to try find a bar that could play the game. So for us, that was weird because in Australia, when footy's on, it's played everywhere. So it was a bit of a shock to see that it's only kind of in pockets. It's gotten a lot bigger, I think, since then over here, but it was a bit of a shock to see that it's not as popular as it is back home. But then, another shock was the weather. It was freezing. I remember we played at Halifax. We played Tonga at Halifax, and there was ice on the field. I'd never seen that, and hopefully I know I've seen it since, but hopefully I'll never see it again. It's not good. It's very cold.
Well, you were eventually you gone. Well, obviously you went away, then you came back in 2018.
Yeah.
And of all the places to come back to, you picked the tropical paradise known as Barrow. How did that come about, Dean?
My coach at the time, who became my manager, Paddy Wisner, good bloke. He was there. He played at Barrow back when they were, I don't know, 10 years or so ago, when they were throwing around a bit of cash. And he said, he knew the coach there because he was a coach at the time. He said it's a good club. They're in championship. They've just been promoted. They have a good squad. So we took it. We took the option, and it was a decent contract. So we went over. We didn't know, like when I say we, my wife and I guess the kind of level of the championship and how big the gap was between the bottom clubs and the top clubs at the time. So I didn't know we were going to be in for a season like that, but it was still good. It was good. Heaps of good boys there at Barrow, and it was a good experience.
And that's where you first came across the assassin.
The assassin. No, me and the assassin, we played together before that. We played in Australia.
All right.
Yeah, we actually done some training in Australia before we moved over, because he was hitting me up trying to get his Italian passport sorted so he could come over as a non-quota, or as half a quota, with Barrow. So he was, punishing me, trying to figure out how to get all that done. So we done some training together. I took him under my wing, Pete, for a couple of months there, looked after him, and got him ready for the championship.
So would you say that you've been one of the biggest influences on Jerry's career?
I'd say, no, I wouldn't say that. I'd say the biggest influence, most probably.
Yeah.
There's one. Yeah, I've been his biggest influence. Taking him under my wing, looked after him at Barrow, and then he made the journey over to Fev after he realised that I'd signed here. So knew I'd look after him here as well.
Good stuff.
He owes me a lot.
Yeah, I hope he's going to repay you, Dean. That's
someday.
That's one thing, mate. That's one thing. With those little offloads, mate. You know what I mean? Get on the end of them, mate, and a few meat pies will be yours.
Yeah, they're good, aren't they? Yeah, you just follow him because he always gets his arms free somehow.
Good stuff. Tell us a little bit. You were at Barrow, and then you made the move to Toulouse last year. So how was the time in the south of France?
It's nice there. France is very nice. A lot similar to, it's a lot more similar to Australia with the climate and that type of thing. So it was good. The language is a bit tough initially, just just doing basic things like shopping, trying to get directions and that type of thing. But once you kind of get some basics, you're all right. It's fine. But they got a lot of expat boys there, like a lot of Australians and Kiwis. So they were good in helping out. But yeah, Toulouse was a good experience.
I was going to ask you how you coped with the language. I know me and you have had a little bit of a combo in French, and I've been learning Italian as well. But obviously,
so I hear
that went in the bin.
So I hear. Yeah, I'm no good with Italian, unfortunately, Pete.
That's it, mate. That's it. I mean, it does you good, doesn't it, to have these kind of new experiences. I mean, going from Barrow and their colloquialisms and language and sayings there to the south of France. I mean, obviously, it's going to be a real eye opener, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's initially you have to get settled again and kind of find your bearings. But once you're settled, I mean, everything's new. So you get to take those experiences with you, forever and keep them forever. So it has been a good ride.
And then you make what can only be described as a wise decision in your playing career, and you make the move to the mighty Featherstone Rovers.
Yep.
Did you know any other players there before you came? Did you speak to anybody about what it'd be like moving to Featherstone? What were your expectations, Dean?
I didn't have too many expectations, to be honest. I was just going to take it for what it is, and that's what I've done. But I like living in Barrow. That's kind of all I knew of UK. So it was good, like coming here and realising there's a lot more going on. There's a lot more around here. I knew the club, obviously playing against them for 2 years. I knew what to expect from the club and from the boys. They're a good group of boys. They work hard and they're talented, which was something I was really looking forward to and really excited about. I knew Chizzy from back in Australia. That's it. And obviously Alec followed me over. But besides that, I didn't know any other boys, only from playing against them. But we had, I guess, when you play against the same guys for a couple of years, you kind of get to know each other, I guess, on a level. So it wasn't a hard decision to make.
Just touching on that, I know we spoke before. Tell us a little bit about playing against Chizzy then, and
last year.
What happened in Toulouse?
Prick. He's good, man. He's good to play against because he can do anything, And we always, whenever we play, we probably actually didn't do it enough last year at Toulouse. His name drop Chiz for whatever reason, but he's just, whenever he's got the ball, he can run. Throw 30-meter cut out, you chip and chase. I don't want to pump his tires up too much, but he's hard to play against because he can pull a rabbit out of the hat as well, and he done last year in Toulouse when we played him in that semi-final.
Does he constantly remind you of it?
No, he's good. I've changed sides, Pete. I'm here. I'm Fev now, so
yeah. So you're one of the boys.
I'm one of the boys now. Yeah. I'm blue and white through and through.
Good lad. And obviously we've touched on it already, but you get to link back up with the Assassin and reform the partnership, which I know I spoke to you before about, Dean. I was saying pre-season, you and Alec, you seem to hit it off and had a great understanding at times. Just running off the little offloads, etc.
Yeah. We done a lot of that at Barrow, like second phase. We didn't have too much structure there, so it was just off the cuff. So we'd done that a lot of that type of thing at Barrow. So it just comes normal, playing with him again. I just hope Pete, when he gets back, he's put on a bit of weight because he was looking quite skinny, wasn't he? For a front rower before he left. Jeez, he was looking quite light. So I hope he's been able to put on a little bit of weight over in Australia.
He'll come back like a tanker, mate.
Just at least come back looking like a front rower.
Yeah. If it rains, though, it puts a bit of weight on, doesn't it?
If it rains, it goes into winter over there. Hopefully, he'll be able to hit the weights a little bit more. He was looking quite small before he left.
Just touching on the your time at Toulouse again. What was it like playing in the playoff semi-finals?
When we got beat.
Yeah, well, I wasn't going to say that. I was going to be polite and say, well, you just failed at the final hurdle.
Yeah.
But did you think that did you know then you were on your way to Featherstone? Had your decision already been made, or was it kind of so you already knew? So how did you feel then playing against the team you were joining?
Do you want the? Yeah, it was weird. Like I'd signed for Fev before when we played him in the last round game over at Fev, and we played there and we won that one. But it was weird because it was like on the one hand you know you've invested this whole year with the team and they're all your mates that you're playing with and you want to go on and win, which is what you know we wanted to do. But then at the same time, it's bittersweet because Fev beat us and they go through to the final, which they did. Then we get promoted and we go up, and that's the team I've signed for next year. So it was weird. I've never been in that position before, but I was just trying as much as I could to, you know, just finish a season strong with Toulouse. But then when we did lose, I was hoping that Fev went on and beat Toronto, which they didn't. But, you know, it was close enough.
And just obviously you settled in to life at Featherstone before the lockdown, and it was going well. So obviously you must be missing the team environment now and how things are, and hoping, like many of us, that this lockdown allows us to get back playing at some point.
Yeah, I'm getting a bit over it now. I miss footy, miss being around, you know, the boys, the banter, just being outside, like running around with a ball. That's how I, you know, just get away from stuff and it's what you do. It's what you've done your whole life. So I miss that and being able to do that. So hopefully we get an answer soon as to what they're going to do with the season. Who knows? But yeah, as soon as it gets announced, all the boys are the same. They'll all be ready to go.
Well, we're going to move on a little bit, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about your teammates now, Dean. I'll ask you a few questions. Be as open, as honest as you want. It is a family show, so as I will say. When you joined the club, which of your teammates was most welcoming to you when you arrived?
The boys were all pretty good. A lot of them thought I was French. Minzy thought I was French, so he tried to speak to me in French on the first night we were there. But I'm not French. But most welcoming, probably Chiz, because I knew him already. So, you know, me and Chizzy click. So, yeah, Chiz is good.
Who would you say is the funniest member of the squad? Who always cracks you up?
Blackie makes me laugh. Blackie makes me laugh a lot. For me, Blackie's the funniest, but Hardy's pretty funny as well. They're a funny group, actually. Iro's very funny. Yeah, there's good banter. There's a lot there, but Blackie would take the cake for me.
Who's in charge of the tunes then in the dressing room?
The tracks, Minzy. Yeah, Minzy's DJ. Yeah, Minzy's funny too. Actually, very funny. Yeah, he's DJ. I think he wants to be a DJ when he finishes footy.
Yeah, I think I've heard that before. That he wants the older. He fancies himself on the older ones and twos, doesn't he? With DJ Minzy in the Acid House mix.
He's always got some bangers, but he plays some classics. Minzy got a very eclectic taste.
Good stuff. And obviously, the choice of music, Dean. What I'm going to say is, if we were to have a dance-off between the English lads and the Australian lads in the team, as it were, who do you think could win?
Australian, easy.
Yeah.
Easy. Yeah. English boys are just that one-dimensional, you know, that house music. That's it. The house music. But Australian boys, yeah, we like a bit more of our R&B, a bit more hip-hop, that type of thing.
All right. Well, I can see a contest when we get back, mate. I can see a contest coming down. If you had to spend this entire lockdown period with just one teammate, who would it be and why?
Alec. Big Jerry. Yeah, Jerry.
Yeah, you won't fancy cuddling up with Lockie or like that then?
No. Not Lockie. No, I'm trying to think who else. Who doesn't talk? Yeah, probably Alec. We've lived together. You know, we go back a bit. I've looked after him for long enough, so I'd look after him again through the lockdown.
Oh, right. Right. He's certainly winning today as the old assassin, isn't he? He's getting a fair old few plugs.
He's world famous, Pete and Fev, the assassin.
Yeah, I know, mate. I know. Who wouldn't you choose though, Dean? Who wouldn't you want to be locked up with?
Who would do my head in? Hardy would do my head in. JD would do my head in. Just negativity all the time. Just constant negativity. Yeah, that's probably it. The rest will be all
right. You'd manage.
Yeah, I'd manage the rest.
If you were to make a 5-a-side football team, who would be the other 4 players in your team?
Well, I wouldn't have myself in it for starters. I'm rubbish at football. But I would have seen a few boys actually with Sammy Otwell. He's got a bit of skill.
Yeah.
Who else? Hawley would be good. He's just natural. Hardy would be decent. Louis would be good. French. And then need one more. Or is that 5?
I think you're giving us one more, mate. One more.
One more. While we go, cheers.
Okay. Some quick fire questions coming at you now, Dean. Obviously, we're looking at it, and I think just staying with the football thing. Would you not have Coops in goal? Oh, Choo Choo.
No chance.
It's straightforward. Nope.
No, you said quick fire, straight to it, Pete. No. No.
Oh, brilliant. Sorry, mate. Cats or dogs?
Cats or dogs? Dogs.
Tea or coffee?
Coffee.
Would you have pineapple on your pizza or pineapple off your pizza?
On my pizza.
Yeah. Early morning or night bird?
Night.
Night out with the lads or a night in with the missus?
You do both?
Yeah, if you want, mate.
Alternate nights.
Yeah, or invite them round.
Invite them round. No. Just alternate nights.
Aussie rules or soccer?
Soccer.
League or cup?
League.
Yeah, prefer to win the league.
Yeah.
On the pitch playing or co-commentating with pitch side Pete?
With pitch side Pete. That's a no-brainer, Pete. Pitch side.
Yeah. Up there on the gantry, mate.
Yeah.
We know, don't we?
Bird's eye view.
That's it, mate. That's it. It's like I said to you that night, 2 best looking lads in Featherstone and we're on a gantry. What's going on there, mate?
What a night. What a night.
Alex Assassino or the Assassin? Which one's best for you?
The Assassin.
The Assassin. Good.
Can't beat the Assassin.
Italian-based pizza or a full English breakfast?
Pizza.
French baguette or a Yorkshire pudding?
Yorkshire pudding.
Good lad. Featherstone or Toulouse?
Featherstone. It's a no-brainer, Pete.
All the way, mate. All the way.
Fev any day.
Right, mate. We're getting towards the back end. I've now got some questions from what the fans have sent in. I'm going to start with Louis Heaps. And he asks, is it true that none of the lads spoke to you at first because they all thought you were French?
No, that was just Minzy. No, they learned pretty quick I wasn't French, but at the start, a few of the boys weren't sure. So they didn't know how to say hi and whatnot.
Okay. We've had a question in from a young man called Jack Bussey. And he asks, what are the chances of you playing a full game so that he can play in his normal position?
What is his position? What is Bussy? Bussy can play in his normal position when there's a spot for him there. I think he's I don't think there's a spot for him there at the moment. But then again, he's taken my spot at hooker, so you can play anywhere, Bus.
A bit of a battle. Adele Saunders asks, can you tell us 3 things about yourself that the fans wouldn't know?
The fans wouldn't know about me. All right. I like to cook. I like to read. Pretty boring facts, aren't they?
Give us one killer one, Dean. One killer one.
A killer fact. Oh, yeah. I've got 6 brothers.
Okay.
So there's 7 of us. Is that not a killer fact?
Yeah, no, that's fine.
About as interesting as it gets, Pete.
Yeah, well, whatever floats your boat, mate. Dave Shortstop asks, how did you feel after last year's semi-final defeat to Featherstone? I know we've touched on it a little bit. And how do you think your season's gone so far?
My season hasn't really started, has it? I had 3 games before I stopped playing. So there's not really much of the season to comment on. But how did I feel after the defeat? Yeah, I was a bit frustrated, but then at the same time, it was good for Fev to win. So,
how is the little niggle with the knee as well? I meant to ask you earlier on. Is it all good now?
Yeah, knee sweet. So I was running pretty much as soon as lockdown. Oh, I was running before lockdown started, but yeah, it's fine.
Jake Codd asks, do you think that Featherstone can go that extra step this year and make it to Super League?
Yeah, 100%. I'm a bit annoyed. I hope they don't can this season. I don't know what the chat is at the moment. I haven't paid attention, but I hope they don't can the season because I think we're favourites. Like, even if it's not, popular opinion, I think we are. And I think we've got a real good shot to go up. So hopefully the season doesn't finish because we're in a really good position to go all the way this year.
Carl Fletcher asks, have you enjoyed your time at Featherstone so far?
Yep, it's been good. Yeah, just want to play more footy.
Chrissy Midgley asks, what attracted you to come to Featherstone?
It was, they're a good club. Like I was saying, they're a good club, and chances of promotion were here this year. And I'd seen who they'd signed a couple of good players before I signed, and I knew there was a couple in the pipeline. So it was a good opportunity to come over here and to push for promotion.
Carl Beaumont wants to know, who is or was your rugby league hero?
Rugby league hero, Andrew Johns.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Andrew Johns. Stacey Jones as well, because I used to play halfback when I was younger. So I was always following halves. So, yeah. But Joey, for sure.
Wayne Skelcher asks, who's your best pal at Featherstone?
My best pal? I don't have best friends, Pete. I get along with everyone, really.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't really have kind of the best mate. No, I get along with all the boys.
Okay, good stuff. Question from me now. If I was going to ask you to make a meal for me, Jake, Jamie, and a few other invited guests, what meal would it be? What's the signature dish?
Disc?
Dish. I'll push these back in.
What would I make? I'd probably do a roast, like a lamb or a pork belly roast, or do a good pulled pork. Yeah, do a good pulled pork.
Yeah?
Yeah, probably do that.
Do you think we're ever going to get this come down with me Featherstone Rovers players special together, Dean?
Come
that we
down.
spoke about.
Hey, you're welcome at my place anytime, Pete. We'll do a come down with me if you want to set it up.
We'll work on it. We'll work on it, mate. When lockdown's over, mate, it's on.
Yeah, we'll make it happen.
Well, Dean, it's been absolutely great again chatting to you, mate. You know, we get on well, and I will always have a good laugh and a bit of a giggle whenever we're together, mate.
Yeah.
I know you've taken time out today to obviously join us on this Q&A.
From my busy schedule.
Yeah. Just before we go, have you got a message to all the fans?
Just like from a player's point of view, we just appreciate the support. You know, the continued support. Fans are known for their loyalty and their passion for the club. So it's been good to see that throughout even this period here. But I have no doubt that when things go back to normal, whenever that is, that they'll be there ready to support the club, you know, with action, not just from afar. So just to thank the fans for the continued support.
Well, a massive thanks again, Dean. Great for joining us, and stay safe, mate. And we hope all the viewers that have tuned in today have enjoyed it. We will be back again. Who's up next? We don't know. We keep that under wraps. But if you've got any requests, send them in. Thanks, everybody. Stay safe. Stay at home. Cheers. And a massive thank you again to Mr. Dean Parata. Round of applause for Dean. Woo, woo,
Thanks,
woo,
guys.
woo, woo, woo. Cheers, mate.
Cheers, Jamie.